Alright, coming up is Blossom Tales The Sleeping King by Wired Wiki. Let's make this a good one.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so before we start, I just want to say there has been a lot of changes in this route. I was originally going to do any percent. Someone broke the game, any percent got down to sub 10 minutes, so I'm now playing any percent sword beam. I believe it says no save and quit. That's the old any percent category. It should be sword beam now. If you look on the leaderboard, I don't have a time yet. I haven't had the time yet to actually submit a run, but I know the route because it's close to the old route.
Marathon PB?
This is gonna be PB regardless.
Yes.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
PB pace already before
Woo!
we start the run.
So yeah, without further ado, I want to go deeper into that during the run. But without further ado, can we get a countdown?
3, 2, 1, go!
Let's go! All right, just to explain a little bit about the game, you're seeing a little cutscene here about a grandpa and his grandchildren, and basically he's telling a story, and the storytelling is a thing that will be going on throughout the whole game. You will have special dialogue like this in black, or that's actually appearing on the top, and it's basically what the grandpa and the kids are telling. The dialogue on the bottom is what actually happens in the story itself. So Lily wakes up, and it's a very special day for Lily because Lily is 10 years old now, and she can become a knight. So we're going to the castle to get crowned as a knight, and then we get our first little adventure to see if we are actually good enough to be a knight. And yeah, a couple of things about the run itself. What happened with any percent is there has a skip has been found that basically skips right until the end of the game. And a lot of runners actually don't like the category because it's a 10-minute run. There are two major RNG factors in it, and it's basically just grinding to get perfect RNG. While this run, this category, actually has some execution in it. So this is, even though it's not true any percent, a lot of runners still prefer this one over the true any percent because of that. And it's something that's actually has been decided since last weekend. So it has been a category for 4 days now. Ooh. So it's still like, we're still experimenting what we are exactly going to do with it and how it's eventually going to turn out. I think on the leaderboards right now it's under the miscellaneous tab and not actually on the page itself. At least not displaying like that. But it's something. It's a work in progress. The last 2-3 weeks, a lot of things have happened.
That said, you're a leaderboard mod, aren't you?
I am one of the moderators, yes, and I'm also probably. I think me and only one other guy actually had a lot of contact with the developers as well about basically the speed game and just showcasing it. Wow, it was good.
Cameo in this second game.
Sorry?
The cameo in the second game.
We know. We don't know yet. But yeah, I had a conversation with one of the developers who actually wanted to have a cameo if there's ever going to be a next Blossom Tales, or at least something as a sequel to this. But I think if that's happening, I think I'm gonna ask them if they want to have like a full house of speedrunners in there. I think that might be cool. Because I'm not the only one who worked on the game and the category. There are a lot of people involved, especially with the new strats. There are a lot of people that are just trying everything to break the game again. Either way, this is the first boss, and maybe he reminds you of someone. You're probably not gonna see it this time. Or you're gonna see it. He actually throws bombs. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know what it probably could be.
Me neither. Never seen a boss like that.
Fun fact, I've actually never seen it for real, but I have a suspicion that I know what you mean, but I've actually never seen it. But
yeah.
I did see this part.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing is we're setting up a death warp. So we're killing ourselves. You actually need to go behind the chest because there's a bombable wall there. and then you trigger a cutscene, but the cutscenes are slow, so we don't take those. And now we get just warped outside of the castle, which is where we're going. And just to show how broken bombs are, let's go.
You got first try, nice.
Wow, nice.
This is no, don't clap for that, please.
Hey.
This is sorry, but this is easy. You just have to hold the button and do nothing.
Okay, compared to later, yeah, but
This is no, I can learn this to anyone within 15 seconds.
should
It's
have-
really not a hard
you
trick.
should have taught me.
Yeah, I could. Maybe if we go under estimate, I can teach you. It's really easy. But later bomb clips are actually hard, and we will see a few in, I think in a minute and a half we see one. That's actually a new one that has been found, I believe, 2 weeks ago, which skips another portion. This is actually a thing that that we don't see in any percent because we skip right to the end, to the last dungeon. But we see in this category.
It's also one of those more execution-based things you talked about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And these are dancing shrooms.
They are mushrooms.
I love them. They're weird. I think we ate one of them.
Maybe. Who knows?
But yeah, this is a dream or something, or no, a tale.
It's a tail.
Yeah, it's kind of in the title of the game.
Looks really nice. Looks really nice art. It's like a Zelda game.
Yeah, it is actually heavily inspired.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, I know, right? They get their main inspiration from Link to the Past, and I think you can notice that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun. I noticed it. Well, never haven't played the game, but yeah.
I mean, Zelda games are like,
No. I've never played a Zelda game.
but still they're like pretty iconic.
True. That's also the reason I noticed it. This game is actually individually also pretty fun though. Like I've seen Wild Wiki practice, and it looks like a really fun game to also play casually. Is it?
It is. Also, that
Nice.
was a new skip that
Yeah,
has
and
been found.
we can clap for that one. Was
That was a bit tougher. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so you saw me jump slash before, and that's because there's actually a cutscene that triggers, and you need to jump slash twice on the right. It's not like super frame perfect or pixel perfect, but you have to do it twice to skip the cutscene. And now we get fireballs, and we're setting up another death warp. Because first of all, we will have full health, and second of all, we will end here, and we need to go to the right. So that helps out. This is actually something we did in the in an earlier any percent route, but we did that later because we had no we couldn't skip through the door to get the fireball spell.
So fun fact, so the trees actually have a hitbox as well.
Yeah, they have, but you can clip through them.
Yeah, just like pretty much anywhere it seems.
We try to. There are not infinite places where you can do that, honestly.
Yeah, so how does that work?
Basically, well, first we get the boots here, which is essential for going fast. How it works is that once you place a bomb and it explodes, or you place a bomb and let another one explode, which means the bomb that you placed before jumps up and actually jumps on Lily, and it gives the bomb priority over Lily, so it's gonna place Lily in the first place the game thinks it's possible for Lily to be at. So it's really the game has some weird priorities, but it helps us to go fast. So
Yeah, you know, bombs are more important than persons in this game, and it helps go fast, so it works.
exactly.
Couch is comfy, by the way.
Good. I like a comfy couch.
Hope you're comfy as well.
I am comfy, yeah.
This game is comfy.
This game is really good, and the soundtrack. Shoutouts to Visit Your Music, who actually did the soundtrack for this game. The soundtrack is amazing. You'll only hear like a bit of it because we don't see that much places in this category. But the soundtrack is actually really good.
Yeah, also because I'm in chat mode, I gotta say this. Chat is comfy.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone enjoying the run so far in chat? I can't read it, but hopefully you share your answers.
I'm pretty sure they would be.
Good.
Like, this is so comfy.
So we're currently in what's supposed to be the third dungeon of the game.
Actually?
Yeah, this is actually the third one. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, that's really
Yeah, I couldn't escape that. So, this is the third dungeon. You're not supposed to be here, obviously. But we have enough tools to actually beat it. Because there are a lot of items that you don't need that you actually only need for their specific dungeons. Also, this was good RNG. That was a quick kill.
Good job.
Thanks. Yeah, I wanted to talk about something, but I forget already. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I completely blanked out. That's fine. This room is kind of weird, though.
So what did we use the boots for?
Boots is just for going fast.
Oh, actually.
Yeah. Please explode in the face. Okay, good. Could have been faster, but I'm content with this. But yeah, your items, the items you use are actually tied to an energy bar. I think I can say that's similar to A Link Between Worlds, for example, which is the Zelda game. Duh. And if you're out of energy, you can't use any item. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. This has like a 2 or 3 pixel frame. Okay, first try. Woo!
Nice,
That
dude.
is something you can clap for. I saw you practice this, and dude, congrats. That's nice.
Thanks. Thanks. That one has, as far as I'm aware, it has a 2 pixel frame, 2 or 3 pixels. That one is really picky.
Yeah, so you actually found during practice you said like you kind of found out that if you place the bomb on the lower end first and the top one last, it's easier to do because for some reason placing the lower one is more picky. So you just have you have an easier time doing it that way.
I'm gonna focus a little bit on this one. It was too early. So this one is a little bit different. If you're holding the bomb here, like that. That was stupid. If you're holding the bomb, it will explode immediately. So you need to time it that you actually pick the bomb before it explodes, before the other one explodes. So this one is a little bit picky as well. Okay, there we go.
So
Nice.
what this skips is like 3 minutes, and the mini boss is done. You're right.
Yeah. So usually, what you actually intended to do to this room is going up, completing a couple of rooms, and then hitting a switch that is up on a ledge. With bombs we can also already skip up the ledge, so we can hit the switch, and then you need to go down, do some things, get a mid boss, and there get the item to originally get the fireball spell. But since we have the fireball right now, we can completely skip that. That saves about like 3.5 minutes, if I'm correct. So even if you fail that trick a couple of times, it's still worth it.
Yeah. So
to go for it.
there's actually something, I'm not sure if it comes into play in this to this speedrun at all, but earlier during practice I saw you in the pause menu, and there were like ingredients or something. Where do you use that for?
Basically the ingredients you're collecting are actually the ingredients to wake up the king. How did I die? That's bad. That's really bad. I need to check that back, but I think I had still 1 heart left, and for some reason, everything in this game does half a heart of damage, but for some reason, when you only have 1 heart left, some enemies do full heart damage, which is a little bug.
They get desperate.
Apparently. I mean, this game is bugged already, but it's fine.
Is
I mean, we
there
can see
time
what
for a small donation.
Yeah,
sorry?
go ahead.
Cool. Tofu asks for €3. Hi Wiki, does this category have wiki snacks?
It doesn't.
Oh man,
We
that
actually
means
skipped the wiki snack.
that means the category is horrible.
Well.
Hey,
Whoa.
second time first
Okay.
try.
Woo.
You actually practiced the trick well, dude.
I
Good
know.
job. I mean, you did some nice. You had some good hours of practice, so
I think I had like 45 minutes of practice in total.
runner actually practiced the game. Whoa.
Not really.
Hey, you did more practice than I did, so.
Fair enough. But yeah, Tofu, thanks for that. Tofu is actually a good friend of mine. So thanks for that donation. That was cool. But yeah, it has no wiki snacks. It was actually a thing in my chat where we would spawn, or where we would actually type a certain emote combination when the snake appears. But well, we don't see the snake, so.
I actually remember that from last time you ran this game.
Oh really?
Yeah, I do. It was very iconic snake combinations. So yeah. But something I just noticed is that when you come back here, like the pillars were down. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's because the fireball spell just because you picked it up, the trigger is set, and yeah, it just makes sure it's down.
No, actually not. It's
There's another trigger.
That's not the trigger. The trigger is you saw me doing the block shelf puzzle before.
Yeah.
That's actually that makes the pillars go down.
Oh, good
And you
to know.
complete that. And if you've done that once, then it saves automatically.
So is a casual playthrough this long?
Depends on how much side questing you do.
Oh, side quest, nice.
Yeah, there are a lot of like heart containers you can collect and stuff like that.
I
Oh
guess
my
I
god.
might need them casually.
Casually, I don't think it's that big of a. It's not a hard game. There are only like 2 actual hard bosses casually.
So
This is actually scary though, because I don't have that much health, so I'm gonna take it slow here. I don't want to die again.
even though it's like maybe not necessary, is it worth to do it casually? Like, is the game fun?
Yeah, the game is definitely fun. I highly recommend doing a casual run before actually speedrunning it, because it's, in my opinion, it's a really, really good game. It's also why I'm trying to find time to actually route in 100%, because we haven't had a hundo route yet.
How long would a hundo take, give or take?
Depending on the RNG, I think it can be done in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so because you did mention RNG, what are the actual RNG parts aside from the enemy spawn position?
Well, the bosses are big RNG. I forgot that we do this now. Okay, so there's a switch down there, and usually you first go to the warp to get the fireballs, but we got that, so I forgot that. I forgot that we actually don't have to do that. Yeah, bosses are RNG. If you want to do 100%, you also have a gambling game that you need to win like 4 or 5 times, so that's big RNG. And there are a couple of other things.
So this is Spirit of the Month.
Yeah,
He's scary.
we just call them the burp. Or
I guess-
Articuno, whatever you prefer.
I can see why.
So, every time he can choose out of 4 attacks, in which 2 of them he stays in the air, which is bad RNG, and 2 of them he drops down. So when he drops down, he can either shoot some icicles or spawn zombies, and when he's up, he can shoot icicles like that, or drop them from the ceiling. This is terrible RNG. Oh my god. Oh, that's great.
You're doing a good job at dodging them, though.
He gets used to it.
Yeah, so there's a small dodge spot right in front.
Yes.
By the way, good job.
Thank you, thank you. This is casually probably one of the harder bosses, because usually when you get the fire spell, you don't go out of the dungeon to get the fireball. And the fireball makes this fight a lot easier.
Yeah, is it actually extra effective? Hey, who's that,
Yes.
by the way?
That's, yeah, I haven't told. You saw him maybe like in the beginning. This is Crocus, this is Mage Crocus. He is the brother of the king, but he's also the bad guy.
Wait,
he-
what?
Yeah,
I
You would-
never would have expected
you never
that.
would expect it, no. So what he did is, the cutscene we skipped in the beginning, where we actually had to crack open the wall, that's where you find out that Crocus has evil plans for the king, who's sleeping on top of the screen right there. And that is when he puts him to sleep. We never saw that, so these are, by the way, the ingredients you were talking about. There are 3 dungeons, each have an ingredient. We only picked up 1, the game thinks we picked up 3. It's that easy.
Well, the king is powerful.
King is, yeah. That's why we need to wake him up.
Yeah, like, we can see that's a psionic blast right there.
Exactly. Okay, so I'm just mashing through the text right here. We actually found out that it's even faster to mash on both controller and keyboard. I'm just not a big fan of doing that, honestly. But it is significantly faster. I think overall you can save like 10 to 15 seconds for all the text boxes. So now we're actually gonna go to the end of the game already. It's that fast. So usually, what we did on top of the castle with the bomb, you can do that here as well. There's only one thing that prevents you from going to the last area, which is like there's a giant tile in front of the entrance of the cave that we're going to. And the only way to break that is when you have sword beams, which is why this category is called any % sword beam. We found a bomb clip where you can actually clip through it. And that's what broke any % basically.
So hey, there's another small donation.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Cool. So there's €5 from Emily saying no wiki snack. What? Good luck with the run.
That was Emil. That's actually.
Oops, sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. He's actually family. So thanks, Emil. And he used to be a runner of this game as well. Emil, get back in the game, dude. I'm surrounded on the leaderboards by French runners. We need Dutch input there.
You might get me because this game is now installed on my computer.
That's right. You can actually play it now.
Yeah, I might do so right after this run.
Nice, nice. Also, this game is available on both the Switch and the PC. PC version is significantly faster, mainly because of screen transitions. On the PC, they're basically instant. On the Switch, they take till like 1.5 seconds, and they're also inconsistent as well, which is weird. And I'm gonna take a little focus here because this is probably the worst room in the game, whatever category you're playing. So I'm gonna try to focus a little bit because these bats are all RNG. There's no pattern at all.
Yeah, so what he's trying to do is just trying to get through them. And if they weren't energy, you could of course make sure you position right so you can dash. But because they all spawn in random spots, you just have to hope they won't block your path like this. Because if they stack up on you, you die really, really fast. But at least he wasn't hit here. So
Come on. Okay. So what we did before is we picked up an invincibility potion, which I'm gonna explain later what that does. Well, I mean it's obviously invincibility. But if we don't use it here, we can actually save up to 20 seconds, depending on how fast you go in that bat room. But you can go significantly, it's significantly faster because if we don't use it here, we don't have to pick it up in another spot, so we don't have to go out of our way.
how would you rate that RNG, by the way?
There is no good rating for RNG in that room.
It's just
It's just terrible out of
meh.
meh. Yeah.
That's accurate.
Yeah. It's as said, it's the worst room in the game. Well, okay, maybe not at 100%. There might be one room that's actually worse.
Monk ass.
Yeah, I can tell you about it. There is one room that you actually have to do to get a heart piece, and it's not that much bats, not that many, but there are still some bats, and it's all one tile movement, and there are falling tiles as well, so you can't turn back. It's terrible.
Oh wow. Guess
Yeah,
I'll find out.
It's actually terrible. You don't want to find that. You don't want to do that.
Monk ass.
So this is the Wastelands Castle. This is the final dungeon of the game. And usually you have to go around to destroy the electric barriers that lead to Crocus. And behave, please. Oh god. Okay, it's fine.
Did we upgrade our sword?
Another small donation is available.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. Jungle Jack saying for €5. What? No snake?
Oh, everybody loves this snake, dude.
It doesn't stop. Let's make a train while we're at it.
Snake train. Yeah, Jungle Jack is a good friend of mine as well. Thanks for the donation, dude.
Imagine just having the combo, but then with donation reading.
I know, right?
Snack 1, snack 2, snack 3.
But yeah, we basically clipped on through the last tile puzzle, and because we did the last one, the game thinks we broke all the barriers. We actually have to break 3, but
So they're flags. Oh, they're all separate flags.
yeah.
It's nice.
All right. So this is the final battle, and we're obviously not going to do it as intended. We're gonna clip up here. We're gonna wait till he appears here. Use the potion and then just. Oh, that's bad. That's actually bad.
F.
Okay, so what happens with your sword damage? Ooh, I think we might die here.
Ooh, wow.
Whew.
That was
Okay,
That
Get
was
ready?
pretty close.
and time.
Hey, PP!
GG, dudes.
Okay, PB, woohoo!
Quick.
So basically what happens is if you use an invincibility potion, your sword damage is actually way more than usual. And you can clip up the altar which makes this fight like easy because you would like continuously warp away, and if you have like perfect RNG, it will stay up the altar anyway. It has like a bunch of moves it can do, and it's all RNG what he's going to use. So yeah, that was Blossom Tail's any percent sword beam. I'm not fond with my time, but I died in Frost Root, so it's fine. I did at least not go overestimate, so yay.
Yay.
So those were some new strats as well. Yeah, if you like the game, if you want to get to know more about the speedrun, we have a Discord. It's on the speedrun page. You can ask me or basically anyone in the community. The community is starting to grow, and it's like a really nice community to be in. We all help each other. We all try to find skips, and it's nice. It's nice. So thanks for watching. We're gonna go over to the next round, and see you all later. Good night, everyone.
That was Blossom Tales, The Sleeping King by Wired Wiki. Up next is another run, but before that we have some ads.